Jagadish Hare, Jaya Jagadish Hare. Jaya Narsimhadev, Narsingadev, Narsingadev, Jaya Narsingadev. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribol. Narsimha Bhavan ke, Prahlad Maharaj ke, Jai Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Haribol.
Hare Krishna. So now we're going to sing a little bhajan. Jai Radha Madhava. Many of you may be familiar with this bhajan. It's part of a longer bhajan of Bhaktivedanta Thakur. Only 4-line bhajan. So quite simple and easy, yeah? So it's going to be on your screens. Just give us a moment as we put the words up. Go online now. Okay, we can all see the bhajan on the screen there. Is it big enough for all of you? Yeah? And then afterwards make an instruction. So I will sing one line, and then if you can repeat the same line, then we'll go on to the second line and so on, like that, yeah? Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Everyone. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhari. Janavallabha Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhari. Yasodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yasodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira vanachari Yamuna tira vanachari Yamuna Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janavalabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Janavalabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachar Yamuna Tira Vanachar Yamuna Tira Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhav Radha Madhav Radha Madhav Jaya Radha Madhav Jaya Radha Madhav Radha Madhav Radha Madhav Jaya Radha Madhav Wow, give yourselves a round of applause. Wow, you're amazing singers. Wonderful. Really nice. What we're going to do now is, as the lunch is going to be served soon, just to get our appetite going, we can have some discussion. Yeah? Well, there's a few options. You can go to sleep now, just before lunch. And people also go to sleep after lunch as well, right? So one option is go to sleep. Another option is questions and answers. And then there's one more option, which is discussing from the book known as Upadesha Amrita, or Nectar of Instruction. Yeah? And apparently this book is a book to make one from zero to hero. How many of us are interested in becoming a hero? How many of us want to remain a zero? We all want to be heroes, right? From zero to hero. So we can discuss something from that book. Yeah? So these are the three options. Going to sleep, raise your hands. Some of you are already asleep, I think. Okay. Number two, if you have any questions, you probably saw quite a few things going on. Yeah? Ceremonies, and you got funny people with funny hairstyles and dresses and so on. Yeah? So you may have some questions. Or we can go for reading the Nectar of Instruction and discussing that. And then maybe some certain questions and answers may come out from that. Yeah? And then we can take lunch. Yeah? There's going to be prasadam served. So sleep, no one raised their hand, so that option is gone. Anyone has got any questions? Yeah, we're all good? Yeah. My God, you guys know everything as well. Not only you are good singers, but you know everything. You don't have any questions. Amazing. Okay, so what we can do is we can read something from the Nectar of Instruction. So this is the book, Nectar Instruction, quite a small book. Only a few pages. I think you can read this on one Sunday. Yeah? So if you haven't got this book, you can go online and type in Nectar Instruction. And you'll have access to this book. Or if you're like me and you like to read a physical book, right? So you can purchase a book either from here or from our gift shop. Yeah? And this book has only 11 texts. How many texts? 11 texts. It does take up a few more pages because there's also translation from Sanskrit into English, and then also explanation given and application given in terms of a particular text. So then you get quite a few pages, but not too many. So generally this is a book that sometimes is recommended before one takes up to the Bhagavad Gita, yeah, or the bigger books like the Srimad Bhagavatam or Chaitanya Charitamrita, like that. So good book to start off with, nice and small, easy read, only 11 texts with explanations. Originally this book was put together by a personality called Rupa Goswami. Can you say it for me? Rupa Goswami? Rupa Goswami. Will you remember that? So this was a very great personality, amazing, wonderful personality, who compiled this book in the 1500s, about 500 years ago. If you look at the author, yeah, and if you start from the bottom, you see some saintly personalities there, yeah, about five of them are there, yeah, and then just above them, there's 6 personalities on one frame, in one picture. Can everyone see that? Yeah. So these 6 personalities are known as the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. Yeah. And one of them is Rupa Goswami, the youngest looking one. Can you, I don't know if you got good eyes. If you can spot the youngest looking one, he is Rupa Goswami. Yeah. So he compiled these 11 texts in Sanskrit about 500 years ago. Yeah. And more recently, in 1975, Srila Prabhupada, or also known as Bhaktivedanta Swami, he translated these Sanskrit verses, the Sanskrit text into English, and then gave some explanation and also ideas in terms of how to apply the teachings that are given by Rupa Goswami. So these 11 texts answer really 3 main questions. Yeah? How to find a guru, how to find a spiritual teacher, how to practice yoga. Yoga is meant to be healthy, right? Not just physically, but also spiritually as well. Helps us on all levels. Yeah? So how to practice yoga, and then finally, where to practice yoga. Not just a physical place, but also a state of mind that we should have. State of consciousness that we should have. So 3 questions are answered in this book. What are the 3 questions? Yeah. How to find a guru? Yeah. How to practice yoga? Yep. And where? State of mind. Where to practice yoga? Yeah. In which state of mind to practice yoga? Yeah. So in this way, 3 questions are answered in 11 texts. Yeah. So it is also known as compact guide to essential spiritual teachings. Yeah, Bhagavad Gita is quite big, Srimad Bhagavatam is big, Chaitanya Charitamrita is also significantly big as well. How many verses in the Bhagavad Gita? Anyone know? 700 verses. 700 verses. How many verses in the Srimad Bhagavatam? Which is the book you meant to read after Bhagavad Gita. And this is a conversation between Parikshit. In the Bhagavatam, we have a conversation between Parikshit and Sukadev Goswami. Who is Parikshit? Grandson of Arjun. Right? We all know Arjun, right? We all heard of Arjun. And then the Bhagavad Gita is a conversation between Arjun and Krishna. Like that. So after reading the Bhagavad Gita, you go on to Srimad Bhagavatam, which has 18,000 verses. Yeah? So there's about at least 12 volumes of books. Yeah? And then we have the Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is known as the PhD studies of spirituality. Yeah? And that has something like 9,000 verses. Right? Yeah? So these are the 3 important books, but you begin with this book. Only 11 verses, 11 texts. So every Sunday, at this time and also in the evening, we've been discussing, for the last few weeks, we've been discussing some things in this book. Yeah? So we've done text 1, and we've gone through the purport of text 1 as well. We've also done text 2. And we're taking a couple of paragraphs every session, Sunday lunchtime and then Sunday evening. So we're on paragraph 9 and 10. We're on paragraph 9 and 10. So what we want to discuss is paragraph 9 and 10. There are 2 small paragraphs. Yeah? But before we do that, we want to quickly cite the text itself, text 2. Yeah? Maybe we can get one of you to cite text 2. Yeah? Is there a cordless mic? Anyone want to cite text 2? Maybe just the English translation, or should we try Sanskrit? How many of you want to try Sanskrit? Okay, so some of you are, okay, so let's try some. Repeat after me. And then we'll get one of you to, on the mic, do the English translation of that Sanskrit, yeah? Is that okay? Okay, repeat after me. Atyahara prayasascha. Atyahara prayasascha. Prajalpa niyamagraha. Prajalpa niyamagraha. Jana sangascha lolyam cha. Jana sangascha lolyam cha. Sadbir bhaktir vinashyati. Sadbir bhaktir vinashyati. Wow. Not only are you good singers, not only you know everything, you're also amazing at Sanskrit. Wow, really good. Okay, anyone want to have a go at the Sanskrit like I did? Yeah? You sure? Some of the children here? One line at a time? Maybe the parents can help. Okay? Okay, there you go, there's the mic. So one line at a time, yeah? Go on.
Okay. Atyahara
prayasascha.
Atyahara prayasascha. Prajalpo nyasapya.
Prajalpa niyamagraha.
Prajalpa niyamahaka. Janasangascha nuyoljam cha.
Everyone, Jana sangascha lolyam cha.
Sadbahir bhaktir vinyasati.
Sadbir bhaktir vinashyati. Haribol. What's your name? Neil. Round of applause for Neil. Amazing. Up and coming Sanskrit scholar, Neil. Wonderful. Okay, so we can have another volunteer and they can do the English of this. Yeah? Maybe the two sisters here? Yeah? Okay. So the English is there. Just read that there.
One's devotional service is spoiled when he becomes too entangled in the following 6 activities. 1. Eating more than necessary or collecting more funds that required. 2. Over the endeavoring for mundane things that are very difficult to obey. 3. Talking too unnecessarily about mundane subjects that matters. 4. Practicing the scriptural rules and religions of the sake of following them, not for the sake of the spiritual advancement or rejecting the rules that regulations of the scriptures, and working independently or whimsically. 5.
Substituting with worldly-minded persons who are not interested in Krishna consciousness and being greedy for mundane achievement.
Amazing. Round of applause for Mala, and who's the other sister? Meera. Mala and Meera. Wow, wonderful. Amazing. Okay, so here Rupa Goswami is saying that there are 6 things which destroy or spoil our devotional service or love of God. What are those 6 things? Number 1, eating more than necessary or collecting more funds than required. Eating more than necessary or collecting more funds than required. Number 2, over endeavoring for mundane things which are difficult to obtain. Number 3, talking unnecessarily about mundane subject matters. And number 4, practicing the scriptural rules and regulations only for the sake of following them and not for the sake of spiritual advancement, or rejecting the rules and regulations of the scriptures and working independently or whimsically. Number 5, associating with worldly minded persons who are not interested in Krishna consciousness. And number 6, being greedy for mundane achievements. Yeah. So Rupa Goswami is saying that we cannot really advance spiritually, we cannot really advance in devotional service in Krishna consciousness if we are engaged in these 6 things. These 6 things are very destructive for spiritual life. Yeah? So we shouldn't, for example, eat too much. We should just eat in a very regulated way, very balanced way. Right? Isn't it? We can't really do much if we overeat. Yeah? If we overeat, what happens? We end up, feeling tired. We want to go to sleep. And sometimes when we really eaten too much, then we can even start getting sick, isn't it? Yeah? So not only spiritual life is destroyed, but material life can also be destroyed. Right? If we're not careful of these 6 things. Yeah? We should avoid these 6 things as much as possible. So in that way we can make spiritual advancement and material advancement and be happy and satisfied in life. So we're going to go on to paragraph 9 and 10, which are the paragraphs of today's discussion. So it starts off with in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Yep, that's the one. So this is paragraph 9. Yeah? So Srila Prabhupada, our founder Acharya, is giving explanation and application of this particular text. So after the translation of the text that he has done, he's given several paragraphs, right, under each text. So in that way, we can see how best we can apply this, how best we can understand this text. Yep, so paragraph 9, he says, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, Text 9, Sri Shuta Goswami describes the proper human dharma in this way. Dharmasya yapavargasya nartho arthayo pakalpate narthasya dharma ekantasya kamo labhaya hi smrita. So what does that mean? All occupational engagements, dharma, are certainly meant for ultimate liberation. They should never be performed for material gain. Furthermore, one who is engaged in ultimate occupational service, dharma, should never use material gain to cultivate sense gratification. So here, what is it being said? What is being said? Dharma. So our duties, whatever we do, should be the purpose for doing them should be to make spiritual advancement. Yeah, this is what the Srimad Bhagavatam verse is saying. This is what Sutta Goswami is saying to the sages of Naimisharanya in the Srimad Bhagavatam. This conversation we can find in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So we're all familiar with the term dharma, right? Yeah? Yeah. So dharma can have different meanings, especially when we translate it into English. Yeah? It can have different meanings. But to best understand what is dharma, we can say the term duty. Duty. Yeah? Sometimes dharma is also translated as religion. Yeah? Or occupational duty. Work, for example. But we can take dharma to be translated as duty for simplicity. Yeah? Now if I ask you, what is the dharma of sugar? What would you say? Sweetness. Yeah? If we put something white, something kind of like grainy in our mouth, and it doesn't taste sweet, then most likely it's not sugar. But if we put something grainy white and it tastes sweet, so immediately what do we say? This must be sugar. So what is the dharma of sugar? Sweetness. Okay, another example. See if the kids can get this. Children, yeah? What is the dharma of fire? Okay, so a couple of kids have put their hands up here. Yes? Heat. Wow, give him a round of applause. Yeah? If something looks hot, reddish, but there's no heat there, we can't say it's fire. Yeah? But if there is heat there, then we can confidently say there's fire there. Sometimes we may not even be able to see the fire, but just simply by the heat, we can say there must be fire. So dharma of heat is fire. Yeah? Okay, it gets more difficult now. What is the dharma of us, of human beings, living entities? Any ideas, any guesses? Yeah? Someone is saying moksha, okay. Kids are quite enthusiastic here in this part of the temple room. Okay, go on, Neil. Huh? Movement, okay. Yeah, so Neil is saying movement. But then there are certain living entities who don't move so much. Yeah? Like for example the trees. They hardly move. Yeah? Okay, go on. Mira, right? Okay, living, okay. Dharma, what is the dharma of a living entity? Maybe Mala can help. Krishna, she's quite close. She's quite close, Mala. Okay. Anyone else? Dharma of living entity, dharma of a human being. Okay, there's a girl at the back. Huh? Life, she's saying life, okay. Yes, living entities do definitely live. But what is their dharma, okay? To re-establish our relationship with Krishna. That's the closest answer so far. I'm looking for a specific answer. Well done for getting so close. Yeah. Huh? Karma? Karma is also a good answer, but not quite. Sorry, I'm looking for a specific answer. You guys are amazing. You guys are good. Good answers so far. Seva. Service. Okay? You may be thinking, really? Our dharma is service, seva? Sugar's dharma is sweetness. Fire's dharma is heat. Human being or living entity's dharma is seva. Really? Okay, let's analyze our life. Let's analyze what we do. Whatever we're doing, whatever position we have, actually we're always serving. We're always doing seva. Yeah? Is the Prime Minister serving? Is he doing seva? Who is he serving? The country, the citizens. Yeah? Any other examples? What about the husband? Is he serving? Husband or father is serving the children or the wife. Yeah? Sometimes, much as they don't like to, they have to. Yeah? The wife is serving the husband. The mother is serving the children. Yeah? Yeah, we go to work. We're serving our bosses. Isn't it? Yeah? Some of you may be a boss. You may have your own company. Are you serving anyone? Huh? Clients and customers. Otherwise, they won't give you money. Right? Yeah? What if I'm doing something for myself? Am I still doing seva? Am I still serving? Yeah? How? I'm serving my senses and my mind. Thinking that if I do this, this will make me happy. If I do it in this way, this will make me happy. So therefore, we are all serving all the time. Someone or something. If we're not serving someone, we're serving our mind and senses. Yeah? Yeah? We're serving something. For example, we may have a new car that we bought. Yeah? We serve the car by polishing it. Yeah? Yeah, we work hard to put a camera in the car. So if someone scratches it, hopefully you'll catch them. Right? Or if someone bangs it, yeah, you'll catch them. So we are always serving someone or something, or at least our mind and senses. We're serving our body. So the innate nature, the dharma of the living entity is to serve, to do seva. Yeah. Now, if our dharma is seva or service, if some of us have some intelligence, and I know a lot of you got looking quite smart, yeah, looking quite intelligent. So the question would be, what is the best service and who is the best person to serve? Yeah? If seva is our dharma, what is the best service and who is the best person to serve? Yeah? So I leave that for you to think about in your own time. We don't want to waste our time unnecessarily serving someone who's not a great person, or wasting our time in seva which is not going to be giving us the fruitful results, yeah, the greatest of results. So therefore the important questions are, what is the best service or seva, and what person is the best person to serve? Yeah? Good questions, no? So I want you to think about this. Yeah? There are two types of dharma. We're going back to speaking about dharma. Yeah? Or duty. There are two types of dharma. Yeah? There is dharma based on our psychophysical nature, and then there is the Sanatan Dharma. One is the Swadharma and the other one is Sanatan Dharma. So what do you think is our Swadharma, dharma based on our psychophysical nature? Any ideas? It's the work we engage in, the work we're good at. Yeah? Some of you may be very good businessmen or businesswomen. Yeah? You're good at it, you like it, you can make a lot of money from it. Yeah, you know how to do business. So therefore, your Swadharma is business. Yeah? Someone else, they may be very good in terms of their physical body. Yeah? So they're very good at sports. Yeah? And maybe they're so good that they can become professionals and they can make money from it. So what is their Swadharma? Yeah? Becoming a sportsman or sportswoman. Yeah? So this is one type of dharma, Swadharma, based on our psychophysical nature. For us to be peaceful and happy in life, it's important that we engage according to our psychophysical nature, right? Swadharma. Many people are unhappy because they're engaged in work which is not according to their psychophysical nature. Sometimes, they're watching movies and films and TV and things like that, and they're like, oh wow, they make a lot of money from this, so I want to make a lot of money. And therefore they're engaged in that activity, but they are unhappy because that's not work or activities according to their psychophysical nature. So we have to ask ourselves the question, what is my Swadharma? We have to ask our friends and relatives around us, what do you think I'm good at? What do you think is my psychophysical nature? Right? And therefore, then engaging ourselves in such a work and see how you can make money through that work, through that activity. Right? So in that way, you're appropriately engaged, so you're peaceful, you're happy, and you can also make money from that as well, look after your family, and grow spiritually. Why do people do not have time for spiritual practices? Because they're engaged in work, right? And they're so busy and they're so frustrated with it. They're not making money from it because they don't like it. And therefore there's no time for spirituality. There is no time for peace, happiness, what they like doing. So it's very, very important that we engage ourselves according to our psychophysical nature, right? Our swadharma. Yeah? So that's one type of dharma, and the other type of dharma is Sanatan dharma, right? And what does the term Sanatan mean? Any ideas, any guesses? Not suntan, Sanatan. Yeah? I know at the moment you're familiar with suntans. Yeah? But Sanatan. Any ideas, any guesses? Okay, way of life. So that's the general term kind of given. But specifically, when we kind of study the Sanskrit, right, meanings of these terms, what does the term Sanatan Dharma mean? Okay, Dharma we already know, right? Our essence, the human nature, the living entity's nature. Yeah? So that's Dharma. What does Sanatan mean? Eternal. Yeah? True. That's what the term Sanatan means. So Sanatan Dharma means engaging in our true nature, our real nature, our ultimate nature, our ultimate Dharma. Yeah? Which we already said is service, and specifically service unto the personality of Godhead, unto Krishna. Yeah? Why? Why is this our true nature, the ultimate engagement, ultimate dharma? Because we are not this body. As much as we think we're this body, we are not this body. Shall I prove it to you? Yeah? Point to your head. Point to your head. Where is your head? Here? No, here. Yeah? Okay. Point to your arm. Yeah? Point to your heart. Point to your legs. Yeah? Okay. Point to your back. Point to your stomach. Yeah? All right. Point to yourself. If this is my hand, if this is my head, if this is my heart, this is my back, this is my stomach, this is my legs, who am I? These are the things that belong to me. But who am I? I am separate from the body. I'm not this body. Yeah? Here is another proof. How many of us want to live forever? Yeah? And, we are avoiding death. Even if you don't raise your hands, right? Like if someone tries to attack you immediately, so that's a proof that you want to live forever. Yeah? Where does that come from? Where does that come from? That I want to live forever. Where is it coming from? Can it come from bones and blood and the heart and the stomach? Can it come from, this body? Yeah? Can it come from the wood? Where is this coming from? I want to live forever. I want to be happy. Where is it coming from? It's something beyond matter. Right? It's something beyond matter. So therefore, we're not this body. We're not this body. And this desire to live on forever, to be happy, it can't be from matter, because matter cannot express that. Yeah? So it must be coming from something deeper than that, something greater than matter. right? And we call that antimatter. Antimatter. Yeah? So if matter is temporary, if matter is limited, antimatter must be unlimited and not temporary. Yeah? So it is said we are of antimatter. Remember we said we want to live forever? We are of antimatter. Everyone still with me? Yeah? Another term for antimatter is we are spiritual. We are not material. We are not matter. That's another term for antimatter. Another term for antimatter is Atma or soul. Yeah? We are a spirit soul. And this body is just a dress. Just like we put on coats, we put on shirt, we put on trousers. Similarly, at the moment we got this dress on. Many of us have got an Indian dress on. But actually we are not Indian. We are spirit soul. We are not American. We are not English. We are a spirit soul. We are not men. We are not women. We are not children. We are spirit soul. This is just a dress that we've got on. Yeah? And then on top of that, just so others don't laugh at us, we put another dress on, the cloth, or we don't get cold. Yeah? So we put another dress on. Make sense? When the dress gets old, we take it off and we put a new one on. Similarly, when this body gets old, what happens? It deteriorates, decays, and we get a new body. Yeah? The spirit soul gets a new dress, new body. Like that. So, next question. If we are antimatter, we are Atma, we are spirit souls, where is this spirit coming from? What is it part of? How did it come about? Yeah? Is this an important question? Yeah? If it's not of matter, if it's not of this material world, where did it come from? Whom did it come from? What is it a part of? Yeah? So therefore we have the Supreme Spirit. Yeah? And it is said, we, spirit, are part of the Supreme Spirit. And sometimes that Supreme Spirit is referred to as Paramatma, or the Super Soul, or God. Yeah? Or sometimes the Supreme Truth, or the Absolute Truth, or even Brahman. Yeah? So we are parts and parcels of the Supreme Spirit Soul, Paramatma. Yeah? So therefore, why are we unhappy in this material world? Why do we get frustrated? Why aren't we satisfied in this material world? Isn't it? Whenever there is happiness, there's fear now. Okay, when will this happiness disappear? Right, soon there will be distress. Isn't it? And then there's all these arrangements to make sure that we are able to maintain our peace and happiness. There's a struggle to maintain our peace and happiness. We have cameras, we have security systems, we have life insurance, right? Pensions, yeah? We have security gates, doors, yeah? Alarms. Why? Why do we have those things? Because we're always struggling to maintain our peace and happiness. Generally, there is more distress, dissatisfaction, unhappiness in this material world. Yeah? Do you know what Krishna says? What this material world, this place is? How many of you have heard of Bhojanalaya? What is a Bhojanalaya? Restaurant. Yeah? That's where you have bhojan. Yeah? You eat. Place where you eat is known as restaurant. That's Bhojanalaya. Okay, here is another one. Pustakalaya. Pustakalaya. Library. Place of books. Okay, it's getting harder. Himalaya. Place where ice is there, snow is there. Himalaya. Yeah? Okay, do you know what Krishna says? What this place is? This word? Dukkhalaya. Place of miseries. And what are we trying to do here? We're trying to be happy. But it's a place of misery. So there's always going to be distress, miseries. And there's always going to be struggle to be happy, to be peaceful. Right? So the question comes, why are we unhappy? Why is this a place of misery? Because it is separated, it's separate from the Supreme. Right? It's separated from the Supreme. When we turn away from God, then we're on our own. Right? When we turn away from the spiritual world, then we're in the material world. Yeah? So place, remember we said spiritual is eternal, place of happiness. Yeah? So therefore material must be opposite of that. Place of unhappiness, place where there is unhappiness, place where things are temporary. So nothing lasts in this material world. This body doesn't last. Yeah? Our relatives don't last. Even though you may have a perfect relationship, by the power of time, these relationships will be ended. Isn't it? Yeah? We may have the best of cars. Tesla, is that the one? Sorry, Tesla. Yeah? We may have best of everything, but ultimately all of those things will not last. Either they will go, or we will go. Right? Yeah? We'll be taken away. Or they'll be taken away. Yeah? So this is the nature of being in the material world. This is the nature of the material world. It's completely opposite to the spiritual world. Yeah? And to the Supreme Spirit. So, I'll let you on a secret. This is not our home. This material world is not our home. This is not where we belong. We belong in the spiritual world with the Supreme Spirit. Yeah? This is not where we belong. As much as we're trying to make this place homely as possible, it's not going to happen. As much as you try, more it's going to become difficult, more and more. Yeah? So therefore, we're in a very interesting situation. We're of nature of spirit, but we're in a temporary place. We're in a limited place. We're in the material world. So there's a mismatch. And because of that mismatch, there is always going to be frustration. Always. Yeah? Just analyze your life. Just observe what's happening. Yeah? Just think a bit more deeply. Yeah? You're told, do this, do that, you'll be happy. There's sometimes a little bit of happiness, but then what happens? There is frustration, there is fear. That very thing is going to be taken away. Yeah? So therefore what we're saying is, this is not our home. We're in a mismatched situation. We want to live forever, but this world is temporary. We want to be in this body forever, but this body is temporary. So therefore, There's going to be frustration. There's going to be unhappiness. Yeah, there's going to be dissatisfaction. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Yeah, if some of you don't believe me, try it. Some of us have been trying for a lifetime now. Yeah, they told us when you were at school, they told us when you go to high school, you'll be happy. Right? Yeah? And then when we went to high school, they told us, oh, when you go to college, right? Then you'll be happy. And then when we were at college, they said, oh, when you get your driving license, when you're 18, right? When you go to university, right? That's when you'll be happy. Yeah? And then when we turned 18, we're driving and all of these things, then they said, oh, you know why you're not happy? Because you don't have your own house. You're not working. You don't have a family. That's why you're not happy. Yeah? And then what do they tell us? All of this is great. You're doing amazing. But if you really, really want to be happy, when you retire, that's when you'll be happy. Right? And then we come to the retired age. What do they tell us? They don't really tell us. They don't need to tell us. Right? Even though we may have all the money, but the health is gone. Yeah? We put food in our mouth and the teeth are rattling. Yeah? We eat a bit too much sugar, then we get diabetes. Yeah? We eat a bit too much salt and spices, we get high blood pressure. Yeah? And then there is death. So where was the happiness in all of this? Right? Some people say it's just false promises. Isn't it? False promises. You do this, you'll be happy. And even if others are not saying it, we're telling ourselves, I have worked out life. If I do like this, I do it like that, I marry this person, I be in this country, I'll be happy. Yeah? If I move to this country, I'll be happy. You know what the problem is? Is the Prime Minister. We got the wrong Prime Minister, that's why we're unhappy. If we get the right Prime Minister in, we'll be happy. We get the right party in, right? We'll be happy. The problem was the Conservatives were in power. That was the problem. Now we're going to be happy. Isn't it? Yeah? False promises. Whether it's from others or from ourselves. Yeah? And we concoct so many ideas in terms of what will make us happy. Yeah, so many strategies. Yeah? But have we asked ourselves the question, what is it that's really going to make me happy? What is it going to be that's going to solve all my problems? The problem of birth, death, old age, and disease. Yeah? In this material world, we have to face these things: birth, death, old age, and disease. And then suffering from nature, suffering from other living entities, and suffering from our own body. No one is free from that. No one. Yeah? So what is it that's going to solve all these problems in one shot? Right? That's the important question to ask. Yeah? Yeah? What is it that's going to stop me from taking birth again? Because if I take birth, there's going to be disease. There's going to be old age. There's going to be death. Right? So therefore, here Rupa Goswami in the Upadeshamrita says that when we connect, right, with the Supreme, because we're parts and parcels of the Supreme. Yeah? When we turn towards the Supreme, when we turn to the spiritual world, right, that's when we'll be able to do away with our problem of birth, death, old age and disease. That's when we'll truly be happy. And we'll be free from frustration and we'll be satisfied. Right? So the whole idea of temples, whole idea of coming here, worshipping, serving, doing seva, studying the scriptures, singing songs, yeah, is so we become spiritual, right? We practice spirituality. Because only by that, then we'll be able to become free from matter, we'll be